It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 14 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. Today's exclusive sketch is from Miss Carrie, and I am continuing to use this Blooming Wild collection from Paige Evans. I pulled it out at the beginning of the month, and I kind of have decided that I am going to be on a mission to kill what I have of this collection, because I really don't have a lot, so I really feel inspired to use it, and it really is a beautiful collection. I don't know why it's been just hanging out in my stash so long. Probably because I buy new things and I want to play with those. So I do need to remember to get in my stash. So I am starting with this picture of me hanging out watching a thunderstorm. And when it took the pictures, it created this beautiful purple in the sky. And I love to watch thunderstorms, especially in Arizona. I think it's amazing. So I took this picture, really was hoping to catch a little bit more of the actual lightning bolt, but when it's just my phone, that's not going to work so well. But when the lightning comes down, it lit up the sky and you could see Thumb Butte in the background, and I was just having a very nice time. So my thought is to start with a black background to kind of go with the darkness of the photo. And I used this paper that has the floral on one side and the rainbows on the other to make the big tag and the block of paper. Now I'm realizing that because I am using a black background, my photo is actually getting lost in it. So I'm going to switch that up. I still do want to incorporate some of the black, but I don't want like big sections of black. So instead, I'm going to take that black cardstock that I was originally going to use as my background, and I am going to back the two sections of paper. So that rainbow paper and that big tag that I cut. And then I went ahead and backed my photo with a piece of white cardstock so that it would really pop off of it because it was so dark. But then I decided, okay, well, if I'm matting everything in black, I'll matte my photo in black as well. So it gets a little double matte of some black and white. And so I am going to go with some white cardstock. Now I put it on here and I was like, well, that's just kind of boring. So I went in my stash and I grabbed my cloud stencil from Scrapping Reflections. So I try to remember to have the shop link down below. I use the stencil all the time. It is one of my favorites. And I'm going to grab some Distress ink, and I want to say this one is Shaded Lilac. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put it through the stencil. I am not really focusing on like making the bottoms darker, making the tops lighter. I'm not really doing any sort of like ombre look. I am just getting it on there. And I do know kind of where the pieces are going to be, but I mean, it's just a little bit of ink and a little bit of time. So I go ahead and actually stencil the entire. And here is that stencil reveal, and it looks perfect. It's like the perfect color of purple to go with the tag and my title piece. So my title piece is from Color Cast Designs. It's from this month's acrylic kit, and it says, "Today was lovely." And yes, for me, that day was lovely. I was really enjoying myself. And I felt like it really kind of popped off of that photo. So I put it right on the photo because that portion of the photo is still pretty dark black sky. So it pops right off. And so I really like how that looks. Now in the sketch, there's a couple of banners up in the top left corner. And so in this collection, there is a cut apart sheet that has some banners. So I'm going to go ahead and do the yellow one as well as this dark floral. And I was going to put them up here, and then I was like, you know what? Everything else is backed in black. So I feel like I have to do the same with these little banners. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on this last little kind of scrap piece. And I am just going to a fussy cut around. I'm not going to use my trimmer or anything. I do use 2 pairs of scissors. I use my big long set of Tim Holtz scissors to try and keep a somewhat straight line. And then I use the smaller ones for that banner area. And now I didn't need the black to go all the way up at the top because I wasn't going to use these banners all the way down. So you can see I'll just trim off the top part of that. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of time and do some embellishing. I knew I wanted some florals because in the sketch, she's got a floral cluster down there at the bottom. And so I do have quite a few florals in this collection left. So I'm going to go ahead and start a cluster down at the bottom. But I also want to do another one up there at the top, kind of by my title, because it felt a little bare up there for me. Plus, I'm not actually going to do the banner that you see in the sketch. I just didn't have anything in this collection that really kind of worked with that. I could have made my own banner pieces, no problem, except for those ones are triangles, and me and triangles, we are not really friends. So I'm going to ignore the banner altogether, just do a cluster up at the top by the title, and then I'll add a cluster to the banners as well. So on the sticker sheet, they had these kind of rickrack looking border stickers, and I really felt like that looked pretty good sitting kind of on the bottom as like a shelf. I probably could have turned that into something with the banner, but I did like it at the bottom. So I'm just adding a couple of things. There's a couple of bird houses on the sticker sheet, and I figure a house is a house, and I was at home sitting on our back deck watching the storm. So I put those in the clusters. I add a small word sticker up at the top that says love. I'm going to finish it off with some hearts and button stickers, as well as a couple of puffy florals. Actually, maybe just one. No, 2. I think I get 2. And then I went off to work, and I came home. I cut the top off of those banners up there, and I'm just going to give you a slowdown. I decided not to add anything else. So there's my layout. Make sure you check out the playlist. I will have Scrapping Reflections linked down below. I will have Color Cast Designs linked down below so you could get your hands on this beautiful acrylic piece. And that's going to do it for me today. So remember to wear your crown, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.